was it September this coming year, and it'll be not really 24 hours. I think it's about 16 hours. And I think it was 1939. The National Archives had recorded an entire broadcast of the station is now WTOP in Washington. But at that time, the call letters were WJSV. And the National Archives in Washington recorded, I'm sure at that time it would have been just transcription discs of the entire broadcasting day. And I will take off the 21st, and the way this thing runs, the way my Spreaker package runs, I'm going to have to let, after about nearing on the third hour, I have to cut the broadcast, then resume it as the next broadcast. But I'm going to do the entire broadcasting day of the 29th of September, 1939. I will play the broadcast on the station the whole broadcasting day as it occurred. That it started at 6 a.m. so I will open up the station at 6 a.m. and play the entire broadcasting day of WJSV for the entire day of broadcasting on Spreaker here. Or maybe I could talk to them and make special arrangements just for that particular day. But I think it'd be a cool thing. It'd be an interesting thing to do. You could just like regular radio. You could just maybe set up a get rid of the modern stuff and find one of those reproduction old radios. And just go listen to the radio just like they did in that day. It'd be kind of a cool thing to do in a way. But I'm going to take the whole broadcasting day and perform it. When September 29th comes up. So it's up in the coming. I'll be taking that day off. I'll be doing that broadcast. But anyway, let's see what's in the chat before we actually get started here. It'd be nice to get 3 months off. Yeah, they call Congress jerks is what they're called. No, but I pretty much got the Norwegian package. I pretty much got the Swedish package. The 5 weeks off every year. But it took me years to get to that point. I mean, so is it 4 hours? They take you from 4 hours of pay for the first 3 years. From years 3 to 15, you then get 6 hours off every pay. Then when you finally hit the 15th year, then they give you the entire 8 hours off every paycheck. But if you abuse certain things like use sick leave wrong, they will crack down on you. They can't necessarily crack down on you unless you're like, in certain cases, if you're taking off like the entire day every week, they will crack down on you. And okay, there was 2 different entries. Okay, these 2 were saying something different, but it's a nice package, and I don't abuse it, and I try to be there every day if I can, unless something is going on personally. Like I said, they got a job. They told me to be there. They want me to be there. They need me to be there. I try to do the thing. Yeah, but I tell you what. Also, it was an anon vet. I guess it's anonymous vet. The other thing was when I worked in a what was it? I worked in a factory where it was a sawmill, and it was pretty much the same thing. First, they gave you, so pretty much, it followed, even though it was a private industry, it still followed the same sort of structure. But unlike the federal government, when I worked at this private industry place, they gave you your birthday off. And not just that, because it was a union shop, we also got a turkey on Thanksgiving. The federal government isn't going to do that. We got a free, when I worked in the sawmill, we got a free turkey on Thanksgiving. They just, it wasn't free to people. It was free to us as a benefit from the company. And Nelson Company, they're pretty good. Unfortunately, they're not in Baltimore anymore. They lost the lease to their land. And that's another entire story there. So, well, what did I pick out for this morning? I usually say tonight. It's night in some other part of the world. Like I say, Crime Wave, Burns and Allen. Let's see what this one was about. And yes, actually, the agency, I'll say what it is, even though I'm kind of anonymous here, it's obviously Social Security. I mentioned that on the Facebook page that I had. So, here we go. From 1947, Burns and Allen Crime Wave. It was March 20th of that year. Here we go.
Another cup of Maxwell House coffee, George?
Sure. Pour me a cup, Gracie.
You know, Maxwell House is always good to the last drop.
And that drop's good, too.
Yes, it's Maxwell House Coffee Time, starring George Burns and Gracie Allen. With yours truly, Bill Goodwin, the music of Meredith Wilson and his orchestra. Our happy postman, Mel Blanc, Elliot Lewis, and Robert Bentz. For your Thursday night comedy enjoyment, it's George and Gracie. And for your everyday coffee drinking enjoyment, it's Maxwell House, the coffee that's always good to the last drop. It's breakfast time as we look in at the Burns home today, and George and Gracie are looking at the morning paper.
My goodness, George, did you read this? Some burglars sawed through a man's door and took everything in his house.
Yeah, there's really a crime wave. Every day you read about more burglaries and robberies.
Oh, George, why don't you ask Bill Goodwin to move in with us?
Why?
Well, I'd feel safer with a man around the house.
How about me?
Yeah, you'd be safer, too.
Thanks, but I can protect both of us.
Well, George, if you won't let Bill Goodwin move in, let's go down to the pet shop and get a watchdog. I'll feel safer if I have protection.
But, honey, when you've got me, you've got protection. I'm just the same as a dog.
Why, George, that's the first time you've ever agreed with my mother.
Let's go to the pet shop.
Oh, here we are, George. Potter's Pet Shop.
How do you do? May I help you?
Well, yes, I want to look over your supply of dogs.
Very well. Would you like a little peek?
No, I want to take a real good look.
By a peek, madam, I meant a Pekingese, the royal dog of China.
Oh, no, that wouldn't do at all. I can't speak a word of Chinese.
Madam...
Suppose I wanted to tell this Chinese dog his dinner was ready. By the time I got an interpreter, his chop suey would be cold.
Gracie, that's enough about the Chinese dog.
All right, dear.
Thank you, sir. Perhaps, madam, you would prefer a bulldog.
No, I prefer a burglar dog. We don't expect bulls to break into our house.
I'm beginning to catch on. At least I think I am. You want a dog to protect you from burglars?
Yes.
Good. How about a boxer?
No, I don't want the dog to box with the burglars. I want him to bite them.
Madam...
Though if he wore boxing gloves, it would keep his nails from scratching the furniture.
Sir, is this your wife?
Yes.
Is she often like this?
Just overlook it.
Takes practice, I suppose.
Yes.
Well, here I go again.
Keep trying, kid.
Madam, I withdraw my suggestion about the boxer. Instead, how about a Doberman Pinscher?
No, I don't want the dog to pinch the burglars either. If you've got a Doberman biter, I'll take it.
Keep punching, kid.
How about a setter?
No, he sounds too lazy.
How about a pointer?
He sounds too impolite.
How about going to another shop?
No, I'm sure we can work something out.
You work it out. I'll see you later. I'm going home.
You'll have to excuse my husband, Mr. Potter. He's the nervous type.
I understand. Believe me. Would you still like to buy a dog?
Yes, yeah. Oh, this dog is kind of cute. What is he?
A Spitz.
Chews tobacco, huh?
Day and night.
Oh, well, then I better not take him. Oh, here's a wonderful dog. A great big fellow. What kind is he?
A St. Bernard. He's the dog that's famous for carrying a keg of brandy around.
Oh, it seems to me that your dogs are not very well brought up. That one chews and this one drinks.
I'm sure a good home would straighten him out.
Well, he's certainly the right size to frighten away burglars. Hello, boy. Mr. Potter, I'll take him.
Good.
Don't bother to wrap him up. I'll just carry him.
Yes.
But on second thought, he's big enough to carry me.
Yes.
I'll drop by tomorrow and tell you if my husband likes him.
Well, not tomorrow, madam. I've decided to take a week off in a sanitarium. Goodbye now.
George, come in the living room and see our dog.
Oh, you finally bought one, huh?
St. Bernard. Oh, he's so big and friendly. Except when he sees a bum or a tramp, of course. Then he's guaranteed to growl.
Good. Let's take a look at the pooch.
Doggy, this is your master. The man you're going to protect. Say hello to him. Doggy, don't growl at him. You're only supposed to growl at bums. Now say hello.
Isn't he making a little mistake?
Well, I don't know. They're awfully intelligent.
Gracie, you better get rid of this fur-bearing elephant. He doesn't like me.
Well, just show him that you're his master. Stand there and look him right in the eye.
Okay.
Kneel down, doggy, so George can look you in the eye.
Forget it. How can we feed this big mutt?
Oh, it won't be expensive. When we buy our meat, the butcher could throw in something for the dog.
If the dog opens his mouth, we can throw in the butcher.
But, George, think of the protection he'll give us. He's trained to bite any suspicious character when you say sick him. George Burns, get your leg out of that dog's mouth.
It was his idea, not mine. Call him off.
Let go of George's leg, doggy. If you want an old bone, I'll get you one at the market.
Well, this is going to be one happy little family. I can see.
Meredith, did you ever stop to think how many songs the moon has inspired?
Quite a few, Bill, but for lasting popularity, there aren't many to equal Wabash Moon. All of which is a tribute not just to the song, but to the Wabash River and the pleasant, friendly state of Indiana.
Well, they've got a lot to be proud of out there in the Hoosier country. From the flat, fertile farmlands where the tall corn grows to the sycamore-shaded banks of the Wabash itself, you'll find a brand of hospitality that's famous, and a way of life that makes Indiana a mighty welcome and inviting part of the American scene. Brings to mind how Maxwell House coffee truly belongs to the American scene, too. Why, folks have been expressing their hospitality with Maxwell House for generations. And today, in this coffee-drinking nation, more people buy and enjoy Maxwell House than any other brand of coffee at any price. It's Maxwell House wherever you go. Flavors behind this nationwide preference, that good-to-the-last drop Maxwell House flavor that results from the skillful blending of these superior Latin American coffees. Manizales for mellowness, Medellins for richness, other choice coffees for vigor, and Bucaramangas for full body. Resulting in coffee you enjoy at its flavor peak. So, friends, why not know the extra pleasure of extra good coffee? You can for just a fraction of a penny more per cup than you'd pay for the cheapest coffees sold.